Hey Marshall, how's it going? It's Yanni here. I've had a look at your reference and a peer review. I just wanted to send you a few comments, see if anything helps really. Really like the different takes that you're doing on the acting, and that you're doing small, subtle differences between a few things. There's some things that I like, there's some things that I don't like as well. I'll just blurt them all out for you and take whatever you think, is useful for you at all. The main thing that I have a problem with in this shot is a bit of the lack of the intention of what's actually happening. So I think you got to be very, very, very clear on what the delivery actually is, at least an initial intention of what it is. Again, there's a big question in your scene, which is, what do you want? And you have to know what she does want, and it's like she wants to go, and is this a breakup? Is that she has to step out for 5 minutes because, she can't take the situation of what this guy's done with her? So be very clear on that, first of all, and that will give you at least a foothold on how you respond. The other thing that I have a little bit of a problem with is this pose with the hand here, where I don't exactly see what the purpose of it is. I'm not sure if she has a necklace around her neck and she's playing around with that, but even to an extent that the fact of having the hand here while talking and saying, it's not that simple, I have to go, this gesture here doesn't really work with the whole scene. And I'd almost say that even if you start in that scene, give it a bit more purpose. It might be that she's like grabbing on to, her shirt or something like that, and she's like, it's not that simple, and you notice that there's, kind of like this idea of, maybe she's just fidgeting with her hands in some way, but it's much more that it's doing something, almost like a nervous tick, much more than just being here almost in this position like that. So I think it might be something that you just have to adjust, and maybe it's like she has to drop out of that pose at some point, because there's a build up here and there's a lot of internal stuff that can be happening with this character, and there isn't a right or a wrong way of actually doing it. I think there's loads of options that you can explore, and it will come down to choice primarily. It could, be that she's looking down and, she's shaking her head. It can be that she's almost trying to say, even she's voicing it, in her mind, how she's going to say, I have to go. I have to go, and that's kind of like one of the things. I think the shot that I most like, getting back to your reference, at least is the one with it's your second shot, I believe, and it's on frame 616, where really she delivers the line, she's looking in a direction because she can't bear to look at the guy, and then when she says it, I have to go, and she looks up at him. That's kind of like, I think, where, that's the best kind of like take. I like that delivery, because it's like almost very cathartic to an extent, where it's like she's finally got an off her chase, and that's the moment where she can face him. It's almost like you could have her, purposefully avoiding the other character's eye line as well, because she can't basically stand that situation. So I'd say, think about, making very clear that she's either upset or what's her intention, how you can get that visually across, solve out, the posing. I think that if you want to go for something that's internal and emotional, really work on the subtle acting by a long shot. And another little trick that you can do for your composition as well, that I think will add a real bonus to your scene, is start her off in a, shot that you've got, and just pull the camera into her ever so slightly, such that she's thinking, and gradually, we're getting closer and closer and closer to camera, and then I have to go. You deliver the line at that point. So even that little subtle thing, even if it's a tiny camera movement that you can hardly see, move the camera in. Don't zoom in. Move it in towards her until she delivers the line, and then the camera stops, and that'll add a little bit of cinematography there for your scene that'll help just push that emotion just a little bit better. But again, it all comes down to the acting and what the decisions you actually make are. Be really clear about that, and then just go ahead and stage it the way that you want, okay? So if you need anything, just send me a private message. Thanks for hearing from my ramblings as well, and I hope it helps you out, man. But good work, and I'm definitely sure I'm going to see some great work from you. See you soon. Bye.